This is my Amsonia Bluestar. I did trim it up for the first time and cut it back, and it's doing so well. I don't know if I can call these actual flowers yet, like first bloom date March 27th, or if they're still buds. So here's a closer look. Since they're called Bluestar for their common name, and I don't see any stars yet, I don't know as if this is officially opened up, but it's fun to watch. Interesting, huh? Again, this is what the plant looks like, and I can't wait for it to spread. I've done some studying on it. I'll come back and record when they open up more. This is an Amsonia tabernaemontana storm cloud, also known as Bluestar, most common name, because you see the star flower there. Blue Dogbane or Woodland Bluestar. This is of the Amsonia family, or the Dogbane family, which is why sometimes it's called Blue Dogbane. And I learned that Dogbane is Greek for dog away, because it once was used as dog poison. Now what? No way. So I need to keep my dogs away from this plant, or any Dogbane, I guess. The coolest thing about this plant is that it's native to Missouri. It's a Missouri native plant, and I want to grow more native plants in my garden. Now, it's not in total full bloom, but with rains and things happening, I'm going to go ahead and talk about it at this stage, and then maybe come back in a few days to see if I can catch it in even more bloom. The plant grows 24 to 30 inches high, which is a little high for my liking, but where I've got it, it's a perfect spot. The flowers are periwinkle blue. I love periwinkle blue. Has to be one of my top favorite colors. Although it is more of a pastel color than a saturated bright color, and it's rather calming. It's, I think, sometimes like ice-colored, ice blue is what I think of. So flowers are terminal on the stem, and in a pyramidal, I don't know how to say that, shape cluster. In other words, they are shaped like a pyramid. So let's look at this. So we have a stem, we have some lance-shaped leaves. They go opposite each other, it looks like. And then it's a terminal flower on the stem. It just ends at the stem here. And if I look at it, it is like a pyramid, no matter which way you turn it. It's wider at the bottom, and then it goes up to just one flower at the top. Let's see if another one does that. Well, they're not all opened up. Let's see. Oh yeah, that looks like a pyramid from that way. And from, well, not so much that way. It's almost round. Let's look at this one. Trying to get it to focus. Yeah, I can see how it's like a pyramid shape. That's kind of cool. So I bought this plant in 2021 and did nothing to it in 2022. But at the end of 2023, last year, I decided to trim the flower tops off. And I'm kind of glad I did. It's shaped up much nicer. I have read that in shadier areas, especially, to cut back the stems by 1/2 or 1/3. So don't cut it all the way to the ground. After it's done flowering in the spring, cut it back by 1/2 or 1/3 to promote bushy growth and a more rounded mound of green throughout the garden season. So now that I've studied this, that's what I'm going to be doing. The majority of my plants require this, and I plan to start this practice now in 2024. I don't know if I'm going to cut it back by half or a third. To think on that. It is written that this plant gets large as it spreads, but so far mine is spreading rather slowly and at a similar pace to my wild Sweet William. But someday I'm going to be able to divide it, I hope, because I really like it, and I think it'd be great to have it in more than one place in my garden. But right now I'm just waiting for it to get larger, and I'm anxious to see it blooming much fuller than it is now. Here's a look of it looking down. It's really, really beautiful. There's a wonderful shot. Now I've come down to the lowest ground on the walkway, and I'm looking up into the bed, and this is what it looks like. So the flowers are on top. It's not too showy, but if you're really taking time to look in the garden, you stop and go, what is that? And you realize you love it. One thing I'm really loving is the color of this foliage. The leaves are like a blue-green, which accents these flowers fabulously. This is a few days later, and the buds have opened up even more. It is so lovely. I love my Bluestar. I love it blowing in the wind. I can't wait for the plant to get even larger with more blooms. It's perfect for my garden. It's April 4th, and I'm going to declare this in full bloom. I love it. It's so lovely.